Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Oshinoko season 2 episode 5 reaction. So the previous episode we get to see Samijiman go and watch the drama sorry not drama sorry theater, and then she had a conversation with um, Raida, and Raida convinced her to at least give Goa another chance. So they were like, all right, fine. So they started communicating properly, and now like the script, it looks like they've come to a compromise, both of them, and it looks good now. The whole it's progressing. And the second part of the episode focused on Aqua and his talent for acting, and how he is not really used to showing his emotions, so he's not able to properly highlight his part and his emotions in the play. So and this is where Kanak gives him some advice, which kind of triggers his PTSD about I, and he gets sick. And later on, Akane, from what's going on, and after hearing a little bit from Gotanda, obviously not the full thing, but a little bit of Aqua's past, she put two and two together, or she at least has a good idea of what's going on and who Aqua's mother is. So that's what's happening now. So let's see what happens in today's episode. Yeah, let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Hmm. Damn, that's some high quality chopping. Oh boy. Oh, yeah. Oh boy. Hmm. Yeah. He's like, yeah, what? I'll eat it myself. Hmm. Well, oh, back when he was a kid. Oh, because yeah. Oh no. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, no emotion behind performance in advance. Right. Yeah, well, obvious why. Hmm. 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 Oh, yeah. I told you. Ooh, here we go. Well, I right. Damn. Yeah. Bruh. All right, calm down, bro. She just like yeah. Okay, not. I'm gonna have a conversation about this whole scene at the end. There's something I want to talk about. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that's how you see them. Yeah, that's how you see them. Yeah. All right. Because he himself is this structure. Hmm. 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 Right. Yeah, but his PTSD like triggers whenever he tries to think of Oh, he's looking at his. He's like, bruh, who is this cringy person? You're looking at your previous videos. Oh, she's here. Yeah, class visit. She's like, hello there. Can you please take me to my brother? Yo, or something. Oh my god, that is. Oh yeah, because he's in. He collapsed. Yeah. Akane. Yeah, bruh. Yeah. Yeah. What? Oh my god. Mm. Because yeah, because of the ice situation. She's not feeling okay. She remembered her past, so it's probably messing with her. Yeah. This is why Aqua didn't want Ruby to know that he collapsed, because it's going to trigger her own trauma as well. Who the hell? Oh, this is I forgot his name. Yeah. Oh, what the hell? Um, how about no? We just met. Hello, are you okay? Oh boy. Oh, he helped him, her. I'm a player too. Yeah. Mm. Okay, this guy is not good. He has a nasty ass personality. Bro, mind your own business, man. Damn. Hey yo, someone smack this guy. Ugh. Yeah. What? Bro, that defeats the whole damn purpose. That that's why Melt tried to stop her. 2.5D actors. Block him. Bro, imagine taking phone number and then immediately blocking it. That's some next level stuff. Alright. She's like, I'm studying you to win. Wow. She's like, I'm used to it. She's like, yeah, I've heard of these stuff 100 times. More than that. What? What is that? What? Credit a certain performer for what? Oh, you have been doing this at your home? Yeah. Yo. Damn. Oh my god. Oh. Well, yeah, because bruh. Wow. She's like, ah, damn. That is true. No. Damn. Yeah. 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 She's like, he's like, wait a minute, I'm the one who bullied her. Oh, well, okay, that was interesting. Yeah. Well, obviously. Oh, yeah. Well, better stop with that. Yeah. Hmm. That is true. Like their way of acting is like very different, like completely opposite. Hmm. However, yeah. She was right. Well, it depends. Yeah. Yeah. Each of them has their own. Hmm. That is true. That is true. Damn. Hmm. Can you please freaking mind your own business? Are you that like petty that you have to bring that up every single time? What a pathetic mentality, that dude. Oh my god, yo, damn, hey, they're going ham with this, bro. That is crazy. Oh, okay, that transition. Hmm. No, you work together with Goa, so it's fine. Hmm. Oh no. Yeah, that is, also a joke that you say and nobody laughs but you yourself. True. Hmm. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that is true. Oh. I guess they've come here to see Akane and Aqua. Oh, they're dating, yeah. Wow. Yeah. Great genes. Yeah. Well, yeah. Wait, so the rehearsal's done? Yeah, I thought they were gonna show more of the. Yeah? Oh, Gotanda. Hmm. 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 Goshu. Yeah, that's true. Hmm. Oh, we're still in the. Hmm. Damn. Oh, oh god. Yeah, he's trying to like get himself used to it because if this happens on stage, he's done for. So he's trying to get, you know, used to this whole feeling. Hmm. Yeah. Wow. So he's going to use this feeling and oh, his star turned into. All right, here we go. Okay, here's the thing. I was actually surprised to see they just I don't know. I had expectation that they're going to at least spend like two more episodes or something on the rehearsal or something. And that's why I was surprised. I was like, "Wait, so it's over?" Like the right, okay. I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting some like, like Aqua to, what I was probably expecting? I was thinking like they'll probably do it like this, where we're going to see them practicing, rehearsing, and Aqua facing his problems and trying to get over it, and one or two episodes we're going to go do that, and then maybe we're going to go to the finale and then something like that. But it's a surprise. I wasn't expecting, like the play to start this quick. Okay. So whatever happened back in the rehearsals, we're gonna see the final product. Now, that's how we're going to see what effort they put and how much they have flourished. You know. Hmm. Okay. Is there something else? Oh no, that is it. Okay, that was today's episode. Um, so today's episode was basically the whole clash between Kana and Akane, and then finally the day of the theater, that whole thing, and yeah, so we're basically here. It's finally here. Now, like I said, I wasn't expecting things to happen this quickly. I don't know. I was expecting at least two more episodes of them rehearsing or something like that. But I guess we're going to see the real deal in the next episode next week. So that is how we will be able to see what they have been doing, how they have improved this and that, and all that stuff. So okay, like I don't know, I kind of expected this whole season to be this or something like that. But the fact that we're in episode 5 now, and we're in episode 6, I'm guessing we're going to see them the main thing, makes me think that there'll probably be something else after this. Because yeah, I just assumed that this whole season will be this acting thing or something, but it's coming to a wrap like quicker than I expected. I think it'll probably take two more episodes to completely wrap this up or something like that, from the looks of it, unless something else happens and something like some kind of, I don't know, like something like different happens and we like something else goes on in the next episode. We'll see. um yeah, so today's episode, like I said, it was basically like Kana and Arima. Sorry, both. I'm sorry. Why did I say Kana and Arima? Kana and Akane, and both of them, their clash, and Aqua trying to get over his trauma and his like PTSD, and he's trying to use that as a device to to make his acting better, and trying to do something using that on stage, and he's trying to get himself accustomed to that feeling. Otherwise, if he collapses in stage, that is not going to be good. So he's trying to get accustomed to it backstage. Now, one thing I want to talk about, I think, like I said this while reacting, I want to talk about this. Kana and Akane's, I guess you could say, way of doing things, like like the way it's very clear how like different they are. We've always been seeing that they're drawing this like this comparison between Akane and Kana, and showing how they're completely opposite in every single way, like in how they do their acting, all that stuff. Like I think Kana said it in a very good way. She said that Akane's acting makes me think that she is proclaiming to everyone that she's the best, she's the top, she's the person, and she's just this one woman army, just going in and trying to like break everything, and like that type of thing. While we've seen this before, Anima's acting is way a lot more, I guess you could say, by keeping others ability into account. She adjusts herself all the time, which obviously comes from her, like from her, because she herself has gone through a lot of, like like crappy situations, and when she was a kid, her whole, like her fan base turning on her, and people, and her going through this whole, like the whole jealousy of everyone since she was so talented, that whole thing. That's why she decided to become more adaptive to survive in that dog eat dog world back then. So that's why she's more adaptive. So that is why I guess you could say that Kana doesn't like Akane's way of doing things, where she's just like, I'm right, I'm correct. She has that mentality, while Arima is more of the, okay, like let's do this together with everyone, and like let me try to, like uh, like if my co-workers, they are, my co-actors, not co-workers, if my co-actors, they have a higher ability, I can then only, like give out, like show my, true acting, like ability. Otherwise I'm going to lower it down so that it can complement my co-actor's ability, because that's what she did in Kyoama, and here she can show her true ability, because her co-actor is Himejima, who's like one of the best. So that is why she can show her true ability here. So that is more of Arima's style. So these two definitely clashes, because Akane is more of like, oh, if I have to do it, I'll do it on my own, that kind of thing, while Arima is completely opposite. So it makes sense why there crashes. It can also be seen her personality kind of comes out while she, is interacting with Aqua as well. That whole section where Aqua says like, oh, what will you do if I say I'm doing all of this to kill someone? And her eyes completely change, and she's like, oh, I'm going to help you do that, and I'm 100% sure if Kana was here, she would have said the completely opposite thing. She'd probably say something like, oh, I'll try to stop you, or something like that. So it's very interesting, because like here as well, you can see the crazy difference between Akane and Kana's, like way of doing things. And I'll be honest, in this sense, I'm at least more on Kana's side, because I feel like, this whole revenge business that's going on. I know this is completely, like, this show is completely, that is literally the main theme of the show. That is, oh, Aqua's going to get his revenge after finding out who his, who killed his mom. That whole thing, and that is why, that is like that is how the whole thing started. In, I think, episode 1 only, this got established that he is going to walk on this path. Like, even though that is the case, I feel like this is just something that is just going to take, like, as they say, like, revenge takes from you, it never gives anything back to you, that kind of thing. So, and you can see how affected Aqua is because of this whole, like, like, thing, and how he's just sacrificing, I wouldn't call it sacrificing, but how he's, because of this whole revenge business, he's focusing on doing something that he never, like, he, like his acting, he's doing this because he wants to get the revenge. Obviously now we can see that he definitely has a talent in acting, but you can see how, like, he probably never wanted to do this or something like that. He's doing this because of that. Now, yeah, now he might start liking acting. I don't know if that's going to happen, if in the future he'll genuinely start loving to act, and he's going to genuinely do it from the bottom of his heart. Because if that happens, then that's all well and good. But if he continues like this, like trying to act, which is something that he's just doing for the sake of revenge to find out who Ice Killer is, then I would say that is just, I don't know, like, he's just wasting his life like that, doing something that he just doesn't want to do just because of revenge. And after he gets his revenge, then what? He's just filled with nothing. You just have nothing left for you to do. So, like, that whole thing I can bring up. So, like, I don't know what to say. It's very like interesting, because Akane did say that I will help you, like, like kill that person. And it does seem she's pretty damn serious. However, I do want, if such a situation really happens, what will Akane do? Is she really going to do what she said? I feel like she might actually, because she's that type of crazy. But I don't know. I just don't like that whole direction. If it goes in that direction, I don't know if I'll I don't know. I'll have a mixed feeling about this whole situation. Um, so in that sense, at least I feel like because I feel like Kana would have given him a lot of a more of a different answer. And obviously Aqua probably wouldn't like it if Kana said something like, "Oh no, I'll try to stop you" or something, because he himself wants to do this. So in that sense, you could say when Akane said that, "Oh, I'll help you do that," I guess you could say Aqua was like, "Damn, you're kind of crazy, aren't you?" So he didn't have any problem with that whole conversation. If it was Kana there, I'm sure Kana would have probably said something along those lines, and Aqua probably would be like, "Yeah, like there's like you wouldn't understand what what I'm trying to do, or with which feeling I'm saying all of this." So it probably would have clashed with Aqua's opinion. Again, these are all assumptions. I'm just assuming that Kana would have said something like that, because that's what I feel from observing her, and that's what I like that's what I think when I think about how she would react in a situation like that. But anyways, and that is the whole thing. So like that was Akane's answer to that question. And again, you can see how different she is from, not different, but how completely opposite she is from Kana. And Kana wants to defeat her and win against that. And and I'll be honest, I kind of want Kana to win, at least in the acting department, because I feel like like obviously Akane also had her share of problems. I'm not denying that, but I feel like Kana deserves better with everything that she went through. With her whole like acting situation as a kid, and now what she's trying to do and everything. Like she deserves a lot better than this. So I don't know what's going to happen, who's going to shine more in this theater, this play. But I would be happier if it was Kana who got to shine more, because I just like, yeah, again, Aqua's all well. Sorry, Akane is all like all well and good, but I feel like Kana deserves way more than she has gotten throughout her life. Like, good lord, imagine in that young age being bullied by social media. Good lord, absolutely insane. And it's crazy, like you see how she's gotten used to it when Akane starts saying all these stuffs like, "Oh, you're you're a person of the past. You fell off." Basically, she was basically saying that to her. And and I was like, "Yeah, well, screw you. I don't care what you're saying. I'm used to all of this." Because you can see how she just brushes away all of that. She just doesn't care what she's saying. That's how accustomed to it. It's pretty obvious. She definitely heard all of these things that Akane told her multiple times in social media. Everyone probably just, in the comment section, just constantly like hounding her and, like just insulting her and stuff like that. Because that's social media, people have nothing better to do except just complain on the other side of the screen. Just sit down without showing your face and just go ham with the keyboard. That's what people love to do. And what's the good thing about that? Nobody knows who you are. You can say whatever the crap you want to. Nobody will care. Like, because they don't know you. And that is the main thing about social media. People get this weird type of this thing. Like, tell them to say that type of stuff for face to face, they won't be able to do it. They'll probably, like, 80% of the people who trash talk on social media will probably just I don't know, like, just be a complete coward if you tell them to say the same things in front of your face. So yeah, that's basically what it is. A bunch of good for nothings on the like other side of the screen, just typing mad crap about you. That's basically what social media is. And like Arima got used to it so too much, and that's why she just doesn't care when Hakane said all of that stuff. She's like, yeah, I've heard way worse stuff than what you're saying. And I love how she completely like turned it back to her by saying like, oh, I wonder what this book is. Oh, you idolized me when when you were a kid. Damn, I didn't know expect that. And she completely like brings it, upturns it towards her. Akane starts getting pissed off. Oh boy, yeah, that's funny. But yeah, anyways, let's wait and see how this goes. Obviously, against the whole Himejima and like Aqua as well, we can see there's like a little thing going on between them as well. So at that, I do want Aqua to conquer his fear and win against Himejima, but I doubt that's going to happen. In no way I can see Aqua winning against Himejima. But you know what? If Aqua proves me wrong, then that's all well and good, because I do actually want him to prevail. Because if he wins against, if he's able to shine better than Himejima, then I guess it will obviously be an indication that he's been able to conquer his trauma and he's in a way better position. So I would want Aqua to outshine Himekawa, but I don't think that's happening. Like I have like a I think like there's like a 30% chance of him outshining Himekawa. But we'll see. Like I said, who knows? Maybe the show will surprise me. And while that I want to happen, I do want Kana to outshine Akane, because like I said, like Kana, I feel like Kana's like she deserves a little bit better than what she's been going through and everything. Like, yeah. Either way, that's that. And another thing, like I said, I kind of like like I can what's that word? I can resonate with Akane's, not Akane, sorry, Kana's. I guess you could say her, the way she does things. Unlike Akane, who's just this crazy obsessive about something, and just she's like, oh, like when Aqua said that, and she's like, oh, I'll help you kill, like that type of, like, what's that word? Like craziness or obsession, and I feel like that is, at the long run, that is very harmful to you. Like obsession in any type of form, it obviously elevates you to new heights, definitely. But at the same time, I feel like if you let that fester and let that continue, obsession is a very bad thing. It can destroy you completely. And not only you, it'll bring down anyone who you're connected to as well. You bring down the whole ship. So that kind of situation, I don't know. So I resonate more with Arima's way of doing things and way of looking at things. So that is why I feel like I can support her more than Akane in this situation, because like I do want her to outshine Akane. But for Akane, and just like how I was able to say for Aqua and Himekawa, I'm like, yeah, Himekawa, there's a 70% chance of Himekawa outshining Aqua, because I don't see Aqua outshining him anytime soon. However, for Akane and Kana, I think there's a 50-50 chance of it going either way. I'm not really sure which way this is going to go. So let's see. Let's wait and see how this goes. But at the end of the day, whichever side wins, the main thing is that they're all giving their everything, and everyone will improve at the end of the day. So yeah, that is the whole Aqua and Himekawa versus Aqua versus Himekawa and Akane versus Kana situation. There's another thing I wanted to talk about in this episode, that is the other characters. For example, Melt. Melt is being, obviously, you can see how he himself hates the fact that he cannot act properly and he hasn't been able to give his all. And you can understand his weakness, and he has this complex about it as well. And this freaking guy, I don't know his name, he starts acting all smart and everything, and he's like, oh, you are, you're trash, you saw your acting, you cannot act, why are you saying this stuff to me? Like like, I don't know, like, bruh, I just want him to get smacked, I don't know, like smacked in his face or something. Like, that guy pissed me off. Like, what the hell is that type of but you know what, I guess, like, because I don't know, he probably has never seen failure in his life, and that's why he's probably so damn cocky. So I don't know what's going to happen with the whole Melt and his situation, but I do want him to fall smack on his face and get and understand what an ass he was being, and you know be a better person at least from next point onward, because his cockiness pisses me off. Like, what the hell? Like, absolute, like, trash behavior. Is this like yeah, whatever, I don't know. So yeah, let's see, let's wait and see what how that goes. And you can see, like, like, Mel tries to stop him from getting, like, that girl's, like, like, ID, because he's like, oh, don't try to pull this off. He's Aqua's sister's friend, so don't like, bring this drama in over here. And that's what Mel tried to do, and he was successful. But at the end of the day, freaking Ruby, like, got his number, and she's like, oh, like, this is my brother's friend. Like, that kind of thing. And I'm like, I'm face palming. I'm like, what's the point of that then? But thankfully, Arima was like, block him immediately. Do not do this. And yeah. So that was good. Right. Anyways, let's wait and see. And yeah, let's see how this play happens and how this goes. And if Aqua's able to conquer his fear and move past it. Probably not, but let's wait and see. Alright, and that was today's episode. Good episode. Now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the very first scene, you can see Akane is making some food, chopping some onions, and she has made very nice food for Gotanda's mother, I think, yeah, Aqua, and all of them. And yeah, she's, yeah, all of that stuff. So Aqua's, at first you can see Aqua's like, I don't want to eat, I'm not, like, hungry. And Akane tries to feed him, and he's like, stop it, I'll eat it myself. Yeah, and you can see Akane is like, oh, I'm going to help you out, Aqua. Where's that part? I want to support you, or something like that, she says. Now, like I said, again, I discussed about this before. Like, I can see, like, obviously, I can see that, yeah, she's trying to help Aqua, and I can appreciate that, like, it is definitely needed. But I feel like Akane is the type of girl who's going to go overboard with this whole thing, and I don't like the direction that this is going, because obviously she is supporting Aqua, which is definitely important, but I feel like her support will become, like, I don't know, like a blind support. Like, that's the vibe that she's giving me. Like, like, blind support is something that I do not want. Like, if Aqua tries to do something wrong, I want someone to be beside Aqua who can tell him that, oh no, this is wrong, you shouldn't do it. While Akane seems like the type of person who is just going to mold herself to fit Aqua's way of doing things, which is something I feel like which is going to be very harmful to both of them at the end of the day. That is why, like, that is why I'm saying, like, especially after today's episode, I'm like, nah, like, I kind of, I'm like, nah, man. Like, I feel like Arima would be a lot better, I guess you could say, counter to Aqua's way of doing things. Like, because I guess you could say Aqua and Akane are more of a similar type of person, like their personality and everything, their obsession about something is very similar. So, both of them being together means, like, they each of them are going to, like, kind of, I don't know, like, support them each other even if they are doing something wrong, especially Akane, and it's going to go in a bad direction. Like I said, like, you need someone with you who can tell you that you're doing something wrong if you're doing something wrong, you know so that scene where Aqua was like, oh, if I like, if I say I want to kill someone, what will you do? And she's like, oh, I'll help you kill him. I'm like, nah, man, that ain't good. Like, that obsession, that weird type of thing, it just rubbed me a very wrong way. And I don't know, I feel like Arima's the type of person who probably would be someone who wouldn't shy away from telling you if you're doing something wrong and trying to stop you from going the wrong direction. um so in that sense, I don't know, like, I'm yeah. Again, Akane is doing a good job supporting him, but I feel like her support goes in the more obsessive direction, and that is a problem. Like, you need someone in your life who can always stop you when you are going in the wrong path, because everyone makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect, and that is why you need those type of people. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Akane will prove me wrong in the future. Because for now, what I have seen of Akane is that she's the type of person who always you know would mold herself to what Aqua is, which is something that I don't really think is healthy for the future. So, like I said, with like, who knows? Maybe she'll prove me wrong in the future. We'll see. Either way, yeah. So that's that. So after that, Aqua's like, Akane's like asking Gotanda to show the previous acting of Aqua when he was a kid. Usually Aqua denies, but this time Aqua's like, whatever, do whatever the hell you want to. And he leaves. And Akane looks at the acting and she's like, damn, so this was Aqua acting? And now she says, like, okay, you know what? I can understand why he tries to not show other people his acting. Because she looks at his acting and she says that his acting here was prepared ahead of time. No emotion behind it. Reactions are poor all around. Put together his whole performance in advance. So it's more like, oh, like learning something and then just putting it out. Like, I guess you could say he cannot, like, what's that word? Improv? Is that the word? Like acting, like, when on the scene, that thing he cannot do. Maybe he can just learn everything, like, pre-learn everything and then just put it back in stage. Maybe that's why. Yeah, and that's where Gotanda says the truth is when they were filming this, he's collapsed like today. So whenever he tries to think of his past, this happens. He's not able to better express his emotions. Okay. He can piece together acting he's seen here and there and turn it into a seemingly fitting performance. Yeah, so again, he's doing this all before, like he's providing it on stage. So he's learning it before, he's practicing it before, and then he's just putting it back on stage. Like theater, where you cannot really properly do stuff like that, I guess you have to be way more emotional, and as I said, emotional acting, that whole thing. I feel like this is very different from just like acting on camera while acting in front of the stage of like hundreds of people. Um, so that's why he's struggling with this so much. And Gotanda says that in itself is a talent in its own right, but he's dissatisfied with it. He thinks that is not proper acting. Anyways, so later Akane goes and talks to Aqua, and Akane is like, "Why are you acting?" And she's like, "I don't know. I just want to, like, I ask you why you're acting." And Aqua's like, like, if I told you why I became an actor, you know, you wouldn't understand. That's why I'm not going to tell you. At which, Akane is like, "Come on, tell me." And he asks Akane that, why did you start acting? And she's like, "Oh, because I like acting. That's why, like." And he's like, "Ah, I figured it would be something like that." In the end, Aqua says that, okay, so hypothetically, what if I tell you that I started acting because I wanted to kill someone who is at the top of the acting showbiz, like the whole thing, and that's why I'm trying to go up and up and up so that I can reach that person and do the deed. What would you do if I tell you that? And Akane completely changes her eyes, and she's like, "Oh, I'll help you do that." I love the fact that it's kind of funny because Aqua said that to probably make her, like, go back, or like, kind of, so that she stops asking this stuff, and she doubles down and she's like, "Oh, I'll help you." And Aqua himself was pretty, like, like surprised and flabbergasted at that, and he's like, "Well, what?" That wasn't an option I was expecting to hear, you know. Like, yeah. Bro, and he stops himself and he's like, don't say stuff like that so casually. Yeah. And here's the thing, this is the part where, like I said, I think, like, this is the part where I'm not really sure about. So she says, I mean, if you're talking about someone you wanna knock off, right? I'm sure you have your reasons. It is not a matter of right or wrong. Even if you were a horrible guy, I still feel the need to accept you as you are. This whole thing, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people might argue that, oh no, like, it's fine, this whole thing. I don't think this is fine. I feel like at the end of the day, this mentality of like, oh, it doesn't matter if you're a horrible guy or not, I'll still feel the need to accept you as you are, is a very bad mentality. Like, at the end of the day, and at the long run, this is going to be the downfall of you and the person you're trying to support. Like, in no way can this end in a good way if this is like your way of looking at things and doing it. Like, oh, I wholeheartedly love this person, that is why I'm going to support whatever they do and accept them exactly how they are. No. Like, yeah, and that is why I just after this whole scene, I was like, nah, man, I don't see, like, Akane as being someone, like, yeah, she's definitely very caring and she's very supportive, but that support is in a very obsessive type of support, and it's going to be more harmful in the long run than it helps you. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, again, who knows if I don't know if, like, like how this is going to go, what's going to happen, but let's wait and see. But for now, at least, I don't like the way this is going. Like, this whole Akane and Aqua, this whole, yeah, it seems like it's going to go in a very wrong direction. We'll see. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. But yeah, but I wholeheartedly think that, you always need someone who can tell you if you're wrong and tell you that you're doing something wrong. That can like, that'll kind of elevate you into new. Like, if there's someone who just supports you unconditionally, that's kind of harmful at the end of the day, because everyone makes mistakes, and if there's no person beside you who can show you that you're doing a mistake and just unconditionally supports you, that is very wrong, and that is not a good sign. But again, like I said, maybe I'm looking too much into it. Who knows? Let's wait and see. Okay, and she says, if you're going to shoulder a crime, I want to. Oh my god, this is some yandere stuff going on. Like, nah, man. Oh, you want to kill someone? Okay, don't worry. I'll keep it quiet. Like, what more? I can help you with that, and and I'll carry the burden with you. Damn. Bruh, nah, man. Like, yeah. Oh, as a girlfriend, I'm prepared to do that. Yeah. Okay. Nah, man. Okay, and then she says like, yeah, I want you also to perform your boyfriend duties. He's like, what? And she's like, I want to win against Anima and Himejima. So, you know, there you go. And so she's like, I want to know more about acting, this and that, all that stuff. Anyways, they ask Gotanda for help, and Gotanda's like, okay, so no, let me see. He asks like, what do you think is like needed for this? Aqua says intensely emotional acting, and then he's like, then you have no choice. Then you have to do that. There you go. And while all of that is happening, Mel comes across Ruby and the friend. I forgot her name. And she's here to meet her brother, obviously. And she's like, oh, where's my brother? And Mel gets introduced to them. And Mel is like, oh, Aqua left. And she's like, wait, Aqua left? So where is my brother? Like, she's not coming home quickly. And she's like, where is he, just roaming around the streets or something? Like, what's happening? And Melt is like, oh, it's probably he went with Akane, so maybe, something like that. And obviously Ruby has no clue what's going on, and she's like, I don't understand what's happening. Let me call my big brother. And she takes out a phone to call him. And her friend is like, oh, don't do that, like their boyfriend, girlfriend, like give them some privacy and stuff like that. And then obviously the friend goes on full delusional mode, and she's like, oh, maybe he's doing this, maybe he's doing that, all that stuff. And when Ruby realizes what she's trying to say, Ruby's like, no, I don't think that's what my brother is going to do. And if that happens, I would hate my brother. And obviously you can see the reason why she acts so strongly about it, because of obviously I's situation, how I met her end, how the whole thing went. So she couldn't stomach the fact that after knowing that her brother would do the same thing. So that's why Ruby's like, nah, like I I'm sure brother, Aqua's not doing anything like that. And yeah, so then she kind of like starts feeling bad, because obviously her PTSD gets triggered. She was thinking about the past, so she's like, oh, let me go to the washroom. And she goes there, and her friend was waiting, and this freaking dude comes in, this green haired guy. And she starts hitting on her, and she just jumps down, and he's like, oh, like, here you go, my phone number, take it. And I'm always like, bro, like, this is one thing I've seen in so many animes. Like, is this real? Do people really do this? Like, it's so baffling to see how can, okay, I can understand if this is someone who you have been spending time with, like, I don't know, like for quite a while, and then you say like, oh, let's exchange numbers, or maybe something like at least get acquainted properly, meet properly, and then like ask for the number, at least spend like a little bit of time, then that whole thing. From the get-go, this is something that baffles me all the time. I've seen this in so many other animes. It's baffling to see this. What? Like, okay, you know what, whatever. And it just pisses me off whenever I see these type of characters in anime who just immediately comes to someone and is like, oh, like, I will go phone number, like, like, call me, like, what, who are you? I don't even know you. Like, like, oh my god. Anyways, and obviously she's not used to it, so she's getting intimidated by the whole situation, and he's just all on top of her and just like invading her private space and everything. Anyways, thankfully Melt comes in, and Melt is like, come on, like, let's go and do the acting. And he goes in. So there you go. And then when he sees there's nothing going on, Melt is like, oh, don't do this, that's Aqua's sister's friend, so I don't want to like bringing more drama to this whole situation. Yeah, either way. And this is where this guy gets, I don't know, whatever, he gets his ego hurt or whatever the hell is happening, and he starts overreacting. And he's like, oh, like, why are you saying this to me? Like, you're trash, you cannot properly act, like, why are you even here in the first place? And he starts like bad mouthing him, and says like, oh, you're the worst actor here, right? Do you understand that, this and that? Don't say the stuff, you don't need to tell me that, all that absolute nonsense. He starts speaking and leaves. So yeah, this guy is a freaking ass. I don't like him, and I don't think I like him in the future as well. So whatever, so he goes, and obviously Melt is still, kind of like, he himself knows that he's not good at acting, so he took it very seriously. Either way, and then the next thing we see, Ruby has gotten his number. I'm guessing after that they probably met again, and he probably gave his number to Ruby. And Ruby has no clue what's going on, so he thought that, oh, like, okay, fine, and just took the number. Here we go. Ruby's like, oh, look, like, it's my brother's friend. He said we should all go and grab dinner together. Memcho and Anima's like, what the hell? Yeah, exactly. That is exactly my reaction whenever someone in anime I see, like, immediately comes up to you and gives your number. Like, who the hell are you? Like, I don't even know you. You're just a stranger. Why the hell? Like, what? No, I won't. I don't want to take, like, have dinner with you. I have better things to do. I'd rather watch paint dry than go take dinner with you. Like, what the hell? Shut the hell up. Like, it like, that's the immediate, like, reaction that I also have whenever I see these type of, flashy ass characters just, like, doing, like, what the hell, man? And like, And and the fact that this freaking guy, the green haired guy, is so entitled, you know, absolute crazy. Even if he had like a better personality, maybe I would have been like, yeah, whatever. But his personality is also crap from the way he was acting, from the way he was like talking with Melt. So all throughout, he's a complete crap person. That's what I feel like, at least from now, from the initial introduction. But anyways, here we go. And Ima says, like, plenty of performers with integrity who you can respect both as actors and as human beings. Yeah. With that in mind, most of the 2.5D actors who hound girls for their contact info are bad news. Yeah. Yeah, and Memcho's also like, true. And then they blocked him, which is good. Good riddance. Right. And then after that, next day, we can see Akane and Arima kind of going back and forth against each other. Akane is like kind of scowling at Arima, and Arima's like, what the hell? Why are you looking at me like that? And she's like, oh no, I'm not looking at you like that. And then she's like, oh, you're too full of yourself, Arima. Like why do you act like this? Like, like, just who do you think I am? I'm a genius child actor. Isn't that what you used to say? Obviously saying these type of things. And like I said, Arima just doesn't care, because she probably has gotten even more horrible things said to her in social media, in front of her face. I'm sure of it. So she just doesn't care. This is probably some child's play in front of her. She's like, like those insults, I've heard them at least 500 times. So I love how she just completely upturns the whole situation, and she takes out the book. Okay, so what is that book? So it's like Akane's Age of Theater, special feature on children's theater content. Oh, it's like what's that called? Like an interview of, like, I see. I'm guessing Akane's interview and the other people's interview is also there. So over there, she's like, oh, I found this, and look who it is inside this book. Oh, this is Akane. And I'm going to read what Akane said here. There was an interview with Kurokawa-san, who gave as after first play as a child. And she apparently said, the one person that she admired was Kana Arima, and admiration for Kana Arima. I love the fact that, obviously Akane is like pissed. Akane is like, who the hell gave this to her? And Himajima was like, oh, I thought she wants to know. Like, I thought she asked me, so that's why I gave it to her. So I probably asked that from Himejima to get more information on Akane, so that she could, get to know her weakness or whatever the hell. But then she came across this, and she was like, oh damn, this is a good thing. Let me use this. Let me weaponize this information and use it against her and try to bully her using this. And that's what she did. Oh my god. And yeah, and Akane says, like, you know what? Yeah, it's true. I was a big fan of yours. But, then, and she then says, like, oh, but now you're doing this, you're doing that, you're an idol, you're acting, you're doing YouTube, you're doing this, you're doing that. And Anion's like, oh wow, it seems like a fan is here, like she starts calling the staff, and she's like, staff, like, there's a fan of me over here, can you please take care of this? Obviously completely, like, just mocking Akane. Oh, and Akane, it just escalates over there, and they almost start fighting each other. They after that, Melt takes awake Arima, and Akane gets restrained by Aqua. Okay, and this is where Aqua's like, oh, like, I don't think she was that bad. I also acted with her, but then he remembered, and he's like, oh, wait a minute. I also remember. I also wanted to, just, yeah, like, here we go. Now that I mention it, I also wanted to kill her. Her personality was the worst. Oh. Okay, and then later on, when Himejima asks and Melt are there, Arima's talking to them. Arima's like the main reason why I'm so like antagonistic towards her is because of a few reasons. Obviously, it's we're of the same age. It's a pride thing, but at the same time, I do not fundamentally like the way she acts. Takan and I don't tackle acting in the same way. We differ in our approaches to our roles, what we consider as good performances. And this is where she says the way Akane acts says that, oh, I'm right, you're wrong, that type of pressure. Obviously, we know Arima's not like that. She's more of the like working together with everyone type of person. Yeah. And she's like, if she outshines me, then that would be saying as if she's right and I'm wrong. My approach is wrong. So I don't want that to happen. That's why I want to win against her. And then she says like, but don't worry, even if she's so good, I've never once thought I'm bad at acting. So I'm definitely going to be the one who wins this. And in the ending, Melt asks Himekawa says that, who do you think is going to win? And he's like, oh, it's a bit difficult to say because each have their own way of doing things. However, Kurakawa has a distinctive acting style. She isn't called a genius for nothing, but Arima has an obsession with acting. So that kind of thing. So she's talented, while he like Arima is more obsession with acting and more hardworking, that kind of thing. So in the end, he also says like but Arima is going to win because I'm the one who's going to be supporting her. So it'll work out. So obviously then we get to see a little bit of a clash between Aqua and what's his name, Himekawa. Wait, his name is Himekawa or Himejima? Oh my god, I just forgot. Okay, whatever. Himekawa. There you go. Not Himejima. Himekawa. Himekawa is like there's a little bit of a clash between them, and then we have this freaking dude just inserting himself again and just making offhanded comments and like, oh, he's so much better than you. I wonder how you came here. And I'm like, bro, mind your own freaking business. Just like shut up. Right. Okay, anyway, so that's that, and then we have the whole clash between them, that part. So there you go. And then that's that, everything is over, practice is done. Next scene, we get to see Samejima and that lady author, Kiyama's author, both of them are here. And they obviously Samejima's a little bit anxious. She's like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. If it goes bad, then, it's I don't know how I'll be able to take it, because technically this is what I approved of. And after that, Goa-san also comes in, and Goa's like, oh, don't worry, even if everyone doesn't like it, at least you'll have two people who likes it, which is me and you. So yeah, it's fine, it'll be okay. And they also talk about whether the actors will be able to properly act, about that also depends on that. All of this is happening. Then we get to see Memcho's here, obviously, to see the act. Those guys from the reality dating TV show is also here, and obviously we know these two are dating, so those two, I forgot their names. Anyways, a little bit of banter there, here and there, and then Ruby is there, Miyako's there, all of them are there. They sit down, and Ruby's pretty excited. Ruby's like, I feel like a big shot. I like it. Yeah. Yeah, and there you go. That's that. And then you can see backstage, over there we have Arima and Akane having a little clash. And Akane is like, Arima's like, I wanted to act with you, even though we have this whole rivalry going on. I always wanted to act with you, so let's do our best. And she's also like, yeah, yeah, and she's more in Akane is more of a sinister way. She's like, oh, I also wanted to act with you. So anyways, all of that is happening while Aqua himself is struggling with his own past, and he's trying to get himself used to that feeling, because he has to do that on camera. and if she fails in doing that, not on camera, sorry, on stage, and if this whole PTSD gets triggered, then it's all over. So he's trying to get used to him doing the performance, and it's still haunting him. He's still feeling nauseous, but he's trying his best, and he's decided to weaponize this feeling and use it as a weapon on stage to give her his best performance. Yeah, and that is where it ended. So let's see what happens, how this goes, and yeah. So that is it. That was my reaction to episode number episode number 5 of season 2 of Oshi no Ko. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Oshi no Ko. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.